Hi guys, I'm Zari Ismail from OK Let's Go Singapore. You're listening to Ricardo and Kenny, the number one podcast in Sabah, Kinabalu Podcast.
Baik, podcast ini dibawakan khas kepada anda oleh the 3rd Global Agritech Summit 2024. Come and join us this upcoming 8th and the 9th of October at Sabah International Convention Center, SICC, for an amazing event in celebration with the future of agriculture. Di sini, Global Agritech 2024 akan memberikan anda all scope of angles to upscale opportunities in the future of making agriculture more profitable, more productive and more sustainable to the era of modernization sesuai mengikut cabang bidang perladangan anda.
Ya, bukan itu sahaja. Di sepanjang 2 hari ini kita akan dihujani dengan conference Q&A sessions bual bicara daripada panel-panel terbuka negara
Terkemuka,
khas.
bukan terbuka.
Terkemuka.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Alright.
Panel-panel terkemuka negara khas buat hadirin dan hadirat yang hadir. Tidak lupa juga kita ada booth-booth atau kios yang padat dengan pameran serta knowledge yang tersedia oleh para peserta pameran di Gates 2024. Selain itu juga kita ada showcase, demonstrasi dan peluang meluaskan networking kita antara satu pengusaha ke pengusaha yang lain.
Betul.
Jangan lepaskan peluang ini dengan mendaftar penyertaan anda sekarang. Untuk mengetahui lebih lanjut lagi, terus saja layari www.globalagritechsummit.com atau email mereka di info@globalagritechsummit.com, dan anda juga boleh direct WhatsApp mereka di 012-335-5067.
Pangkis Kihoy.
Begitu kau di mata terang, kau gitu diolah. Holding slipper or a perumahan, kau mau tinggal apa? Oh no, no, di sini ku kembali ke tepi and remember who we are. Oh, keep it together.
Selamat kembali ke podcast nomor 1 di Sabah. Saya Ricardo,
Saya Kenny.
the number one podcast in Sabah.
Legit.
And we're not just talking about football in our podcast, by the way.
Yep.
We also talk many stuff in general. Actually general lah.
Yes, not just talking shit juga lah.
Yeah, we don't talk cock.
Yes.
Because we are delivering something very important to the people of Sabah.
Yeah, man.
Specifically Sabah.
Yeah.
Specifically to the people who are into the agriculture business.
Yeah.
Who wanted to upscale their business, their knowledge in this industry, and of course apa yang akan berlaku adalah the Global Agritech Summit 2024 yang akan berlangsung pada 8 dan 9 Oktober di SICC Sabah.
Yeah.
So datang berapa ramai? We supposed to have a product talk with Munira by the way tonight, tapi they said kita whack dulu.
Okay.
So we will do probably the episode right after, nanti minggu depan punya episode kita ada product talk, and let's talk more about what is actually the aim, siapa target audience to come and all, macam mana mau register dan sebagainya lah. But of course target participant ni kan untuk siapa ni Global Agritech ni kan?
So target participant, I think on the basic scale will be farmers and growers.
Yeah.
Petani dan penanam.
Peladang.
Growers kan. Peladang. And then next
And talking about peladang, you have to know ladang ni bukan saja tanaman-tanaman tau.
Yes.
Ladang lembu, ladang kambing,
Ayam.
Ayam.
Yeah.
Correct.
Then they are targeting agri-tech entrepreneurs, agri-business professionals, I'll
Okay.
just read that,
Okay.
manufacturing and suppliers, research institutes and students, government representative,
Alright.
investors and venture capitalists,
Okay.
capitalists,
Kapitalis. Alright.
NGOs, industry associations and trade bodies, technology providers, consultants and advisors, and of course wholesalers, distributors, importers and exporters.
Wow. So aku rasa dong sudah cover semua ni, the target group yang siapa yang wajib ataupun harus datang lah.
Betul.
Ya, bagi aku kalau aku itu the business, which is I'm not, but nanti aku cerita pengalaman in the bidang lah kan.
Yeah, I forgot to ask you.
Bagi aku tidak akan lepaskan peluang untuk datang di 2 days event 8 dan 9 Oktober, sebab dia profitable dan juga knowledgeable, dan kita boleh upscale kita punya venture into new kind of technology in your business, new new perspective.
That's true.
Widen your network and
Yeah.
your knowledge dalam ini bidang lah.
There's nothing wrong with knowledge, man.
Betul.
Extra knowledge.
Talking about myself, kau sudah cerita pasal kau.
Yeah, how was it, man? How did you get into agriculture, farming and all that?
Okay, my dad, kalau kami memang biasa kampung-kampung punya lah. My dad memang working with the state government last time, which is the Yayasan Sabah. So dia memang sangat minat benda-benda beginilah. So we got more than 20 cows last time.
Oh, you guys did?
Yeah, and kambing we got more than 30 goats last time.
30 kambings.
Campings. And kami ada tanam-tanam. My dad buka orchard yang tanam-tanam whatever it is.
Damn.
Just for the fun of it last time.
Just for the fun of it.
Fun of it yang okay. Kalau sampai hari raya haji ada yang boleh dikorban.
Oh ya kan.
Begitu. And then kalau macam kambing tu orang mau beli kambing, bolehlah side income lah masa itu.
That is actually self-sustainability.
Betul.
Yeah.
And also after kami punya masalah during that time bila banyak ni sapi-sapi, lebu-lebu. Apa beza sapi dan lembu? Tiada beza. Lain nama saja, lain panggilan saja.
Sapi dengan kerbau. Sorry. Yeah.
Ya. Apa beza kerbau dengan
Dolphin.
aku mau sebut nama ni politician tapi nanggam juga kan.
Sial.
So okay. After that we moved to Selaping lah from the Kampung Ranau to Selaping, which is the larger land, bigger land, besar. So my dad fikir apa mau piara ni. So kami piara sapi masa tu.
Oh.
But dia sudah fikir jauh.
Okay.
Dia sudah masa dia buat rumah, dia buka kolam ikan.
Yeah.
Yes, this is one of the
Huge,
industry yang kita
man.
tidak tersentuh tadi ya.
Yes.
So
Perikanan.
dua kolam ikan. Yang di belakang tu ada 6, tinggal 4 yang di belakang, ada 6 di belakang. Which
Sudah
is
kena timbuskan actually di belakang.
di belakang tapi tinggal 4 lah, masih ada 4 yang
Right.
Which is dia punya genius ni, my late father ni. Dia kasih connect with the sungai, which is di sungai ni adalah yang Sungai Payau lah, yang ada pasang dan surut dia lah.
Yeah.
So kami punya kolam pun ikut pasang surut juga. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
With the pipe and all, ada filtered and all,
Interconnecting
ada net.
pipes
Yeah.
between the columns juga kan?
Correct, yes.
Right.
So kau boleh piara siakap lah. So we did piara siakap and all. Dan kalau payau ni, ikan tilapia pun kau boleh piara.
Okay.
Dan ikan patin pun kau boleh piara.
Yeah.
And then macam cup and all tu kami buat yang di air tawar, yang bukan air masin.
So, meaning Sungai Selaping tu actually it's sea water kan?
Yes, correct.
No.
Yeah, it's a payau lah, air payau lah.
Air payau. That's the meaning of
That's
air
the term,
payau.
yeah. Mangroves lah, air payau.
Saya fikir payau yang
Bukan rusa. So then masa tu masih lagi ada sapi kami lah. Tapi bila selalu terlepas. This is talking about, this is the thing why you should come to Agritech lah.
Okay.
You know, kau buat yang channeling and all apa semua, tapi lembu kadang-kadang bocor sana kita buat, kita cover sana, bocor sini lompat sana kita cover sana, kita cover punya cover. At the end of the day, my dad macam terlepas makan masuk pergi ladang orang apa semua. So orang termakan sikit dorong punya pokok, dorong minta claim beribu-ribu, you know, stuff like that. So my dad macam susah lah ini benda, dia bilang
sell off.
Sell off. So sold off. And then kami concentrate on ikan. So masa tu during that time we were doing okay that time tau.
Okay.
Because kami sudah supply mochen masa tu.
Seriously?
Ya.
Wow.
Tilapia untuk air tawar lah. Tilapia merah, tilapia hitam. Kebanyakan order yang tilapia merah lah. So jarang sikit. Dia bukan ada di pari-pari kalau tilapia merah kan.
Ya.
So orang pun dah kecoh lah. Even though actually yang kau piara yang hitam pun kalau kau breed bagus, kau kasih bajak dia bagus, it's actually still okay juga. Tapi orang punya mentality is, you know,
Itulah.
kau nak boleh atur lah.
Sebab resis kan gelap tu ikan.
Probably.
Dan makan tai.
Habis tu kalau yang yang merah apa?
Yang merah.
Racist juga.
Yeah.
Albino.
Sial.
Well, anyway, mind our words by the way. Mind our jokes by the way.
Yeah.
Memang beginilah kita perlu bekas berasimilasi.
Yep, that's us.
Yeah. So jadi kami bisnes itu. So every weekend kami pergi pasar. So out of that, orang tanya pasal ikan aquarium. So kami minta supply daripada KK. Kami ambil supply dari KK, kasih oxygen and all. Sampai sini my dad get an oxygen and all, tank apa semua. So tiap-tiap kami ada aquarium fully yang macam all in order in a shelf ni.
For real?
Ya. Kami ada ikan emas, ikan apa, I know,
Ikan
ada
keli.
club, kelip, ada patin, ada anak-anak yang bakar-bakar ni kami supply juga.
Arowana ada?
Arowana nanti ada. We never sell arowana, never.
Yeah.
Tapi kaloy ada.
Yang
So
yang ada benjol di kepala tu.
yeah, it's a flower horn. They call it
Flower
flower
horn,
horn.
yeah.
Yeah,
Ada.
we did ada.
So you guys were selling fishes.
Yeah. We're selling fishes.
Damn.
So out of that orang tanya mana boleh dapat aquarium. Ini semua agritech tau. So mana boleh dapat aquarium. So kami buat minta supply aquarium. Kami bagi buka harga. Ada melama kapsi untuk untung lah kan. Then kami upscale to order masuk yang pergi supermarket ni because dulu ada Mochen lah sini kan.
Yeah.
So
Mewah.
yang lebih mewah kan. So kami dapat supply Mochen sama masa itu frozen. So di tilapia kami sudah buka apa semua, kasih bersih perut apa semua.
Okay.
Kami wrap it in the styrofoam yang yang macam plate tu, what do you call that? And then ada packing dia lah. There's a packing lah.
Okay.
And using the plastik ni, the wrapper.
Wrapper lah.
And all kami ada freezer besar di sana, kami susun semua di sana. So kami timbang lah per kilo something like that. So satu if I'm not mistaken maybe RM5 lah back then.
Back then, man.
Back then lah. 15 years ago.
Per kilo.
Per kilo. So kami supply frozen. So selalu kami supply. And ujung minggu saya berjualan. Hari Rabu untuk pasar tani, which is ini pun agritech juga yang disupport oleh kerajaan. Dan juga pasar minggu. So kami akan jual tu. Kami ikat all yang kami punya ikan aquarium kami susun. Kura-kura apa semua kami jual last time.
Seriously?
Ya. Lepas tu aquarium kecil, hiasan-hiasan kecil. Tapi ada juga yang kami pelihara daripada tu dalam this cold storage. Apa ni what call this?
Cold storage.
Cold storage lah.
Yeah.
So boleh simpan di sana dan orang buka orang boleh beli. So during that time we are making okay that time. Seriously, we are the only one by the way masa tu.
Okay.
Yeah. Then
until the outsiders coming in lah gitu kah? Supplying lah.
Yeah, supplying
Bilis
outsiders.
is money lah.
Ya. Which is ini antara yang perlu dibincangkan juga saya rasa di mana-mana ni yang mungkin ada Q&A, mungkin ada orang akan utarakan juga this kind of questions whereabout orang tanya macam mana orang mau fight bukan fight, compete.
Yes,
that's the right term. Fight is no. Okay. So compete with others yang banyak ni orang notice ni lah kapitalis yang dorang ambil ini pajak semua supaya orang dah dapat dan kau boleh kawal harga, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So that time kami saja the only one. So kami it's been going for about I think
years.
Sampai saya tingkatan 5 pun masih kami buat last time. So I think out of 5 to almost 10 years we did that. So to lembu-lembu kambing tu I think around 10 years. Yang lepas tu in between kami start another 10 years. So around 20 years juga punya background doing that. My dad still doing working with the state government. And my mom is a fully housewife lah. Tapi dia yang handle to business, all the monetary and everything dia yang buat. And we stop masa tu we got no manpower sudah. Ada juga my dad ambil pekerja but tidak sustainable. Inilah yang kita mau bincang ni. This is why you should go to agritech. And my dad focus on other business juga macam your dad lah. So that is why. But I do believe up until now one of the biggest business yang betul-betul making actually
is agriculture.
Why? Kau tengok for example, dulu kami piara sapi terlepas. Kau piara ikan pernah terlepas kah?
Tidak.
Kecuali banjir lah.
Ya.
Kami pernah ada 2 kali banjir yang memang terlepas lah. But jarang lah, maybe 10 years 1 kali begitu. So macam sapi almost every day terlepas kan. So and also I think that time the macam agritech ni tiada. We don't have this kind of events.
Yes.
And then the helps from the government punya kurang. Macam the kursus ni kau paksa cari sendiri. Sendiri kan.
Awareness is low.
The awareness very low last time. So basically banyak DIY lah. In terms of anything.
And you learn from other people yang sudah dalam bisnes tu lah.
And good thing about my father, because he travel a lot. Dia macam sapi kami tu kan last time, kami ada big land 13 of acres. So kiri tu dia kasih pagar, kiri kanan of the road to my house. Kiri kanan dia pagar. Kami tanam rumput juga dulu. So ini pun agriculture. So kami tanam rumput on the other side. Sapi semua di sini. Habis ini rumput sini, pindah pergi sebelah. You don't have to tanam sudah sana sebab dia memang automatic tanam. Habis rumput dia makan sini I think for months. Kami kasi pindah pergi sebelah.
Ah.
That is how it works lah.
So unlimited food supply.
Unlimited,
lah, kira
man.
gitu.
Yeah.
Unless it's kemarau when everything died lah.
Yes, correct. So that is my background lah in this. Selain daripada tanam-tanam ni, ikan juga.
Wow.
Selain daripada kambing apa semua.
I never knew.
Yeah, and my dad dia memang suka. Dia selalu cakap kalau macam talking about my dad, my in-laws pula sekarang ni, dia memang selalu cakap kalau kau tanam durian sekarang, 5 tahun kau ada happy-happy sudah tunggu buah-buah jatuh, dia bilang.
Betul.
Which is true.
Yeah, it's true.
And kalau kita ikut teknologi di Thailand pula, which is dorang sangat tight with dorang punya knowledge, actually very tight. Dorang tidak mau share.
Yeah.
We don't know lah, allegedly.
Apparently they have the secret sauce of success with durians.
Yeah,
which is
durians.
crazy.
I'm talking about durians, by the way.
Yeah.
Because dorang tiada season.
Crazy,
season, man.
Anytime, man.
Yeah. I don't know how they do it, but macam ni 1 ekar ini season ini akan berbuah. Season seterusnya ini akan berbuah. Habis sini berganti-ganti. So it's like rotate, man. Yeah.
That's
Bukan
true.
dia lah, all of the fruits, and also I mean you've been to Thailand, I've been to Thailand juga.
Yeah,
so
man.
I've seen like bukan saja tu, dia tidak bermusim like
Anytime
ada ya. Ada.
Crazy shit.
Even mango.
Yeah.
Tidak macam mango seasonal juga kan.
Yeah.
Ada saja, you know. So and the quality is very very good. Dia besar, dia kenyal, dia gemuk.
Yeah.
Kan?
Lemak, manis.
Not fat shaming to the fruits lah, but tapi betul. So aku rasa banyak kau tengok kita punya cerita begini pun banyak sudah kita bincang.
Yeah.
Apalagi di Agritech di Gates ni nanti bukan kita bilang berhabis mau mau push everybody to go in. Of course,
Yeah, of course. That's our job.
That's our job.
But then it's interesting to go here if you are doing agriculture.
Correct.
That's the thing.
I totally agree to that lah. And the level of talking about this level of comfort zone ni kan. Some people they already they made it.
Yes.
But as Boss James told us, business is always about
Improving
and increasing.
Yes.
Dia mesti ada ruang space of increase ataupun space of improvement dia cakap.
That's
Dah kira
true.
kau sudah made it millions of billions, mesti ada lagi. It's always upscales.
Yeah, man.
So bagi aku ada orang ni, saya sudah okay bah. Saya sudah supply satu sabah. Saya sudah okay supply satu sabah. I'm earning about 30-40,000 a month, dia bilang. Daripada saya punya kubis, for example kan.
Yeah, for example.
But actually kau boleh double up kalau kau buat export sudah. Which is, tapi kau tak tahu channel dia mana. Dah payahlah tu, susah tu benda. Banyak lagi mau fikir. You know, stuff like this. I think this is the thing. Yeah, this is where capitalist came. Where about okay, kau nak mau kau supply sama saya. They making money even though they're not doing farming.
Yeah.
But they know their shit. But they know their network. Supply.
Yeah.
Markup, supply.
And they are the distributors, and distributors earn a lot of money from
Correct.
that. That's the thing.
Dorang paling banyak sebenarnya lah.
Yeah.
But itulah, this is the thing yang ada ni di Agritech. What is the target industries in Agritech, this Gates 2024, Ken?
Yeah, for this Agritech 2024, the target industry will be, agricultural technology. From what I see, a lot of interesting words here. We have precision agricultural tools. We got, for sure, we got drones. We got farm management software. Who knew?
I told you just now, right?
Yeah, who knew we are using computers in agriculture? We analyze data, analytics, blockchain, dude.
What?
Ada blockchain in agriculture. I don't even know. I have to go and find out, man.
Yeah, man.
So next.
So are you?
So you guys should. Agribusiness, of course, we will be looking at entrepreneurs, seed producers, equipment suppliers, food and beverage industry. Where do you think all the supplies come from? Agricultural industry.
Yep.
Yeah, so it will be about food fraud prevention.
Food fraud, huh?
Yes.
Like nasi palsu lah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fake watermelons.
Ya, ayam kena jarum.
Yeah.
Fake lah tu kan. Fraud lah tu kan.
Yeah. Selling quail I don't know.
Quail tu kecil.
Kasih kembang jadi ayam. Fake eggs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Fake mangoes.
It happens in China. They fake the beras.
Yeah. Sial lah.
Wow, shit man.
And then
orang makan plastik lah kira.
sial lah. Ya apa? Sayur plastik.
Ya, wow.
Crazy man. I saw one in TikTok man. But let's continue with this. Sustainability and environmental conservation. Of course, you want to talk about if you do agriculture, you'll be using a lot of land, but of course, at the same time, you want to conserve the environment as well.
Yeah.
Yes. And then sustainability. Unless you want to spend, and for
The longest,
fertilizer lah.
Yeah, okay.
For example, fertilizers. You want to produce your own as well to sustain your own business.
Let's don't read everything here because let's just pecah-pecah sikit. For example, just now kalau cakap pasal drone, pasal di agriculture technology ni, agri-tech ni lah.
Yeah.
So aku masih macam, because masa I think few years back, 5 years back begitu, ada Johan ada cerita pasal dia punya pengalaman di Omori, which is itu memang agriculture is dia orang punya main industry,
staple lah,
main business lah, main income lah for Aomori Japan lah.
Yeah.
So di sana dia bilang dorong sudah pakai drone untuk apa semua. That time kita belum lagi ada.
Yeah.
The other day, I think last month I went to Talantang lah. Mau pergi Eskimo Solong, mau ambil some stuff lah daripada Al Faizan.
Okay.
So saya terlimpas orang tengah setting tau. Big drones and all.
Yeah.
And dorong tengah try apa semua, which is
How big?
It's big.
How many propellers?
3 or 4 lah begitu. 5 I think 5.
Okay, it could be a Matrice or an Inspire.
Kira kau tahu
Kira
lah.
aku tahu lah, drone.
Kau tahu your shit lah kan.
Yeah.
But because kenapa saya cakap tahu dia besar? Sebab dia angkat gallon, dude.
Wih, gila lah besar sial.
Ya, dia boleh angkat gallon because the racun is there. So dia meracun guna itu. So membajak pun guna itu. So dia boleh angkat. So it's big because the sound is like wow, so big. Yeah.
Agent Orange lah gitu.
Gitu kan bunyi drone, I don't know. Macam kau punya drone lah.
Yeah.
So saya rasa macam wah, maju seorang Kota Madu. Kota Madu ni very suburban, bukan suburban, macam way jauh from KK.
Rural as shit.
Rural lah. Not so rural tapi rural, sub-rural lah.
Sub-rural, lagi rural.
Oh, okay. Not the center of attraction. Not the center of the business lah.
Daerah termiskin.
Yeah, it was daerah termiskin orang bilang di Malaysia.
Yeah.
I beg to differ to that.
Yeah, I know man.
Kalau tidak mana ada podcast nomor 1 di Sabah.
Yeah man. It's from Kota Marudu. Okay?
Yeah. So saya macam amazed. Wow. Di sini dorang sudah start begini, which is inilah yang kita mau tunggu-tunggu ada di sini ni.
Yeah.
And also tadi kau ada cakap pasal apa tadi di food and beverage industry ni, food tracking and traceability technologies, apa lagi kau cakap dia, food fraud tadi tu kan.
That caught my eye.
I think yang benefit, banyak orang yang benefit juga daripada ni adalah orang-orang yang vegetarian, kan?
Yeah, true.
Yang for example yang daripada sayur-sayuran inilah
Cendawan industry,
soya and all kan.
Yeah, they make fake meats.
Yeah. Taste like meat but it made from soya lah.
Yeah.
Sort of like that lah.
Yeah, fake meats.
I mean, it's still an industry as well.
Yeah,
It's still
is.
an industry.
It's making money.
Yeah,
man.
it's making money. I think
That's
a
true.
lot.
Yeah.
So,
Like going back to drones, right? This exact drone has been used to monitor durians.
oh really?
Yeah. So kami malas mau masuk ke kebun untuk tengok durian kan.
Wah.
So pakailah drone pergi tengok. Oh ada.
When is this? Recently?
This was last year. I think.
I see.
So use the drone to have a look. Oh ada durian kuning sini. Terus turun sekejap nampak. Okay, M sini. Masuk. Oh tu na munyit. Kejar tu munyit.
Kasi takut.
Kasi lari kunun.
Ini pun mau cerita juga ni di agri-tech. How to because dorang kacau makanan kan. Like macam main mentua kan. Main mentua ni pun di Tawau, dia memang ada sawit lah. He do sawit lah, beberapa besar juga acres lah.
Yeah.
So
hectares.
No, not sampai hectares lah. Acres lah.
Ratus lah.
No, tak besar. I think 11 to 15 acres macam gitulah.
It is huge man.
Yeah. And dia kerjasama dengan SLDV orang second. So adalah dia punya kiraan-kiraan dorang lah. So sebab dia sudah aging and all, dia sudah mau pergi masuk-masuk dia punya kebun. So dia bekerjasama dengan SLDB and then SLDB do this whole thing lah. So tapi beside that, dia ada juga tanam-tanam all these pokok-pokok apa semua. Dan kami asal balik kami aim the musim durian. Itu pun musim durian. Orang datang sini, orang ada bawa. Ada nangka, ada cempedak. Depan tu sampai patah baru-baru ni. They just got back baru-baru ni. Lepas tu dorang balik patah suatu kayu rambutan because terlampau berat, terlampau banyak buah.
I see.
So dorang aiming yang gitulah, yang happy family, yang balik semua boleh rasa makan. You know betul yang kau tanam 5 tahun, kau dah sedar actually sudah 5 tahun tau. Kau bayangkan bah kalau kita start tanam masa kita buat podcast dulu 4 tahun sudah, 1 tahun lagi kita berbuah sudah durian kahwin kita.
Itulah. Boleh kita makan sambil podcast
Kan?
Lemak-lemak. Terus kau nampak mining gemuk sebab dah gara-gara durian.
Ya, telinga gemuk, hidung gemuk lah bah.
Sial lah, muka durian.
But kita banyak jangan
Sial.
talking about durian kan. Saya nampak di reels tadi. Tu kulit durian dorang makan.
Budu.
Dorang potong-potong nipis-nipis.
Okay.
Celup tepung. Batter lah.
Alright.
And then they fried it.
Can we eat that?
I don't know. Tapi dia makan lah. I don't know.
I mean yang apa tu?
Yang ada tendang yang sekali.
What?
Yeah. Talking about that lah. Ini I don't know. Because dia kasi
My
nampak.
God.
Dia kasi nampak masa dia menggoreng set. Yang dia makan saya dah nampak. But I don't know. Kalau kita Google probably ada. But ni talking about ini. Tembikai. Tembikai punya kulit tu orang makan tau. And very expensive in Japan tau. Okay, isi dia tu kau boleh hantar supply lah kan.
Okay.
Apa buat jus ke apa di kedai-kedai jus ke ataupun di kedai-kedai supermarket ke yang itu kan. Yang kulit dia ni kena wrap in a styrofoam, kena wrap with plastic wrap ni kan.
Okay.
And kena jual. And saya tengok apa macam mana saya ternampak lah di reel. So dia dia slice it up. Slice it up.
Okay.
Lepas tu very nipis-nipis. Lepas tu dia potong-potong. Okay, dia kulit yang bahagian hijau tu dia sudah buang lah. Bahagian yang kulit luar sekali tu dia suruh clear.
Okay.
Lepas tu dia potong hilis-hilis nipis. Dia potong bawang, potong all this bawang-bawang. Lepas tu di apa ni, Banggala ni apa ni? The chili lah, the red chili, the besar apa
Red
ni?
pepper.
No, red pepper, the green one, apa dia call it?
Bell pepper.
Bell pepper.
Yeah.
Lepas tu dia tumis. Dia masak tumis begitu. Lepas tu sayur sedap, dia cucuk makan lagi.
So dia the kulit of the watermelon jadi sayur.
Ya.
Sialah. Boleh ke?
Ya, I don't know di mana ni, tapi I think can try lah. Because memang tembikai boleh makan pun kan.
Iyalah,
jangan try yang memang tak boleh makan. Macam durian we don't know kan.
Dengan duri-duri.
Sekarang kau birak macam mana? Sekarang keluar
duri.
Ya, dengan darah sekali. Kuyak-kuyak soal kau punya ususnya mana kan.
Terus bagus buah sir.
Don't go there
I am
man.
so sorry man.
But anyway, so many things will happen actually. This is the target industry yang ada. Kita akan talk more di third part nanti. And of course, kalau kamu mahu kan satu amazing opportunities to get along with these events, actually kamu perlu hadir. Dan podcast ini dibawakan khas kepada anda oleh the 3rd Global Agritech Summit 2024. Come and join us this upcoming 8th and then 9th of October at Sabah International Convention Center, SICC, for an amazing event in celebration with the future of agriculture. Di sini ni Global Agritech ni 2024 akan memberikan anda all scopes of angles to upscale opportunities in the future of making agriculture more profitable, more productive, more sustainable to the era of modernization sesuai mengikut cabang bidang perladangan anda.
Bukan itu sahaja. Di sepanjang 2 hari ini kita akan dihujani. Sampai banjir. Dengan conference Q&A sessions bual bicara daripada panel-panel terkemuka negara khas buat hadirin dan hadirat yang hadir. Tidak lupa juga kita ada booth-booth kios-kios yang padat dengan pameran serta pengetahuan yang tersedia oleh knowledge yang tersedia oleh para peserta pameran di Gates 2024. Selain itu juga kita ada showcase, demonstrasi dan peluang meluaskan networking kita antara satu pengusaha ke pengusaha yang lain. Jangan lepaskan peluang ini dengan mendaftar penyertaan anda sekarang. Untuk mengetahui lebih lanjut lagi, terus saja layari www.globalagritechsummit.com atau email mereka di info@globalagritechsummit.com. Dan anda juga boleh direct WhatsApp mereka di 012-335-5067.
Jangan ke mana-mana, kita akan kembali selepas ini.
Hi everybody, my name is Adam Shamil. You're listening to Kinabalu Podcast, the #1 podcast in Sabah.